Okay, so let's proceed to the next question. This is
Okay.
from Nika. How do you handle
Mm-mm.
criticisms towards your culture?
Okay, now that's the sad thing that I'm gonna tell you. Yeah. For me, I would say I would explain it to the best of my knowledge.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes people don't listen because they think that they know better than us. Okay. Especially Westerners. Like there's so what is there's
You're
they
freezing.
have like very different point of view than us. Yeah. Uh,
Uh,
well, that is basically okay. Yeah. Now, what I'm so sad is sometimes our netizen, we call it netizens, yeah, like people who
on the
are
internet.
active on the internet, and sometimes they just do crazy things like saying bad things, using fake accounts,
Mm,
and I think even though maybe what they are saying is true, but I think that is not a good way to represent our country because
yeah.
people will think that, oh God, Indonesians are so harsh. No, actually we are not. We are so nice in real life, but on the
Wow.
internet it's gonna be like totally
Yeah.
different. So I'm so sad. Yeah, like there are a lot of people who respond to criticisms that way. I remember that a while ago. So there was a chess, like popular chess YouTuber on the internet.
Mm,
His channel is Gotham Chess, and then he played a chess, like online chess with somebody from Indonesia who is like an old man, who uses like a very simple Samsung Android, and then um, so this Gotham Chess, he said that this man is cheating because of like the movements or the way he plays. It's like a bot, like a bot
mm,
in the application.
yeah.
uh, Even though this man won at the time. Okay, and it turned out that from that what is it accident, there were what is it, like follow up problems that followed. Yeah, so um, and it resulted this man's account to be closed by the website
Mm,
because of I don't know, maybe uh, I don't know who reported that. Yeah, it can be Gotham Chess or maybe his followers. I don't know. Okay,
yeah.
so after that, Indonesians were so angry and they attacked this man's channel until
Mm,
he made it private and he closed it for Indonesian IP address. Yeah.
ah.
Yeah, and finally, an Indonesian YouTuber, like a very famous YouTuber named Deddy Corbuzier, he what is it mediate, like okay, he talked to what is it to this old man, and he
Yeah.
talked to Gotham Chess, like to clarify both
Yeah.
sides on separate episodes. Yeah, and then this Indonesian YouTuber also did what is it held he held a chess match, but between not between this old man and Gotham Chess, but also not that one, but between this old man and an Indonesian pro player. Yeah, I think
Mm,
she was grandmaster. Yeah. So yeah, in the end, everybody was happy, and Gotham Chess opened his access again to Indonesians.
man.
But yeah, but what made me a bit sad is that a lot of people attacked, Gotham Chess, his girlfriend, him in his Instagram, his YouTube channel. So I think, yeah, for everybody who is listening to this, please, if you find those kind of people, just ignore them. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't think they will really, really threaten your life in real life. Yeah, I mean, they will just say it like on the internet, but and sometimes those are people who are what is it? They don't represent us. Okay, there are a lot of nice and mature people in Indonesia, but sometimes kids in Indonesia, like it's very easy for them to access the internet, to have smartphone. I believe there are a lot of I call it bocil,
Yeah.
yeah, bocah cilik, like small kids who like to play around and throw bad words to other people without thinking about the consequences.
Yeah. So yeah, for the next question, this is kind of interesting again because this is about your
Okay, that's
culture.
okay.
This is
Okay.
from Jessa. What do
Hi,
you
Jessa.
like most about your culture?
Mm, a lot, yeah. Let me see. uh, well, uh, that's a different question, yeah. A difficult question because that a lot, yeah. Like we can talk about language, we can talk about food, we can talk about
Mm-mm.
hospitality, like I mentioned earlier. So I would say Indonesians are very nice, too nice sometimes, yeah. Because
Mm-mm.
when we see foreigners, we always think that, oh, okay, foreigners, especially people with like white skin, like Westerners, we always think that,
Yeah.
okay, oh, you are so nice, no, 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 so we have to treat you nicely. I
Mm.
think that's okay, but sometimes we don't know. Like sometimes there are people who are kind of arrogant. I mean, tourists, yeah, okay, not all of them, it's just a few people. They are arrogant, or sometimes they don't behave nicely in Indonesia. So I would say that what I like, I'm proud of is our hospitality because we are nice to everyone, and we try to help you to the best that we can, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's number one. Number two, maybe I would say, what is it? Yeah, language maybe.
So you love your
Indonesian,
language.
yeah, because Indonesian language is very simple compared to English. Like
Yeah.
even the Filipino, yeah, like you told me that you have those kind of tenses. We don't have tenses, so we just
Yeah.
say makan for eat, yeah. So yesterday I would say makan, today I will say makan, tomorrow makan, like we makan. We
Yeah,
don't
in
have tenses.
Filipinos, in Filipino, it keeps on changing depending on the tenses. Yeah, the
Yeah,
tense.
just like Arabic, maybe Arabic, and also of
Yeah,
course English, yeah. And
English. Yeah.
uh, it's kind of troublesome, yeah, sometimes because people are not aware of tenses, the tense change, so they will just use like this word for all of the time, yeah. But
Mm.
Indonesian, for Indonesian, oh, by the way, I want to clarify something, yeah. Okay, okay. Many people, including Indonesians, they say bahasa. Actually, we translators, because I am a translator, we
Mm.
disagree because bahasa means language. Like bahasa Inggris, English language,
Mm.
bahasa Melayu, Malay language. So bahasa
Mm.
means language, and that's number one. Number two, the term bahasa is popular in Malay, like in Malaysia. So
Mm.
in international context, when you say bahasa, sometimes people will think, oh, you mean bahasa Melayu, bahasa Malaysia. So in
Oh.
Indonesia, actually, the right term is Indonesian, or
Oh, okay.
you can say bahasa Indonesia or Indonesian language. But
Mm.
like us translators, we don't say bahasa. People will get angry, translators, yeah, because bahasa, that means language. Well, which language are you talking about? Is it English, Mexican, Spanish? Which one? So the
Mm.
problem
Okay,
is
okay.
many Indonesians, they are not aware of that. We can
Mm.
talk about it like for a long session, yeah. But what I learned is in the past, like what is it? People who occupied us, yeah, like people sometimes they don't want to recognize our language. You know, that's part of the occupation, yeah.
Yeah.
And uh, they are sometimes lazy to say to mention Indonesian. They just want to make it simple for them just to say bahasa, and unfortunately, many Indonesians accept that. So now
Yeah.
many people will say bahasa. I speak bahasa, but it's not the right term. I myself, because I'm a teacher, if I see my students saying that,
Yeah.
I will tell them, okay, no, 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 don't say that. The right term is Indonesian, Indonesian language, or
Mm.
bahasa Indonesia.
Wow. So that's a lot of information for me, no? So
Yeah,
I also use Bahasa. You're right. I also use
yeah, I know
Bahasa.
that.
Yeah. It's kind of similar in the Philippines because a lot of foreigners and even Filipinos,
Mm,
they think that our we have two national languages, that's English and Filipino, but they think that
mm.
our national language is Tagalog, which is not.
Oh,
Our
okay.
national language
That's
is
what I learned from my book in school,
yeah.
Tagalog.
Our national language is Filipino, which is based in Tagalog,
So
right?
there are two different languages.
The most what do you call this? The most dominant of vocabulary in Filipino is of
Mm.
course in from Tagalog. That's why it's based in Tagalog. But
Oh, okay.
Filipino has vocabularies in Spanish or in English.
Oh,
So
I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so sometimes that's why in the Philippines you can hear some people speak Tagalog and English uh, at the same time. Like they mix these English and Tagalog words in a sentence. Like when you want to
I see
say,
that all the time on YouTube. Like when I
yeah,
see Philippine people from Philippine comment, they always mix the language.
yeah,
Like,
they mix the
oh,
words, the language, and you know what? There is no proper way to do it. Like you can change, you can switch any word with in any
oh,
part
I
of the
see. Okay.
sentence. Like there is
Mm.
no standard way of doing it. Like this, you only have to use English when it's verb. You only have to
Oh,
use
that's
Filipino
difficult,
when
yeah.
it's noun. So there's no standard way of doing it. Like you can just do it anytime or however you want to do it. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's it. So that's kind of also similar to Bahasa, using Bahasa alone and not Bahasa Indonesia. So a lot of learning right now. So
Okay.
um earlier you talked about your weather, which is you say that it's nicer in there because in the Philippines sometimes it can be very hot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
yeah, since you have a nice weather,
Mm.
do you have summer and rainy season only?
Yes.
Yeah. So which or what's the best time to visit your country?
Okay. We have what is it? Certain months. Yeah. Like for example, in the certain months, it will rain a lot, and
Mm.
during the other months, it will be hot like most of the time. Unfortunately, I don't remember which months is which. That's like because sometimes even if we wait for that, sometimes the weather can change like suddenly.
Yeah,
So
right now.
I have no idea. Yeah, but I think apart from the weather, maybe I would say I have no idea because to be honest, I don't really travel that much. Uh, you can come at any time.
Mm-mm-mm.
uh, for the what is it? School. What is it? What I know is school starts around July. That means
Mm.
students like will be focused on schools. So usually people like to travel like before July, let's say around month or May, June. Yeah, May or June. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because to avoid school kids, hang on. Yeah, if you want to avoid school kids, make sure you go like come here around July and August. Maybe in August we have celebration of Independence Day, so
Mm.
maybe you will see some kind of festivals. And of course, school kids will go out on the street if it's not during the
Yeah.
pandemic to do like some kind of parade. But yeah, if you want to avoid school kids, please come around July, okay? Or maybe like when they are busy going to school.
Mm. Yeah.
All right.
The question is from Nieva again. So my classmate in college. How does your family treat foreign guests?
Okay. I remember there was someone from Tunisia
Mm.
who came to my office to teach, and I offered him to come to my house, like to feel how we live here, like how we Indonesians live here. So I
Yeah.
took him to my house. We stayed there for a night, and in the morning I took him to take a walk around our rice fields because I live in a village. So I
Mm.
think the morning is the best time to show around, like with the fresh air, with the sound of the birds, and there are not many people. You can see the sunrise, and yeah, we also cooked for them like our traditional food. So just
Yeah.
to show us that okay, so this is what we eat. But if you don't like spicy food, that's okay. You can separate the chilies, what is it, chili sauce, or yeah, the things that makes it spicy. And after that I will take him to like the tourism spots around my place because it is kind of hard for me if I take him like a bit far away to see like
Yeah.
Bromo Mountain, for example. So I will just take him like around my neighborhood, which we have some kind of some nice spots actually. Like we have temples over here, like the old
Mm.
temples. We have two, and then yeah, because I live near Kampung English, English village, so I took him to go around English village. And a few years ago, I had a friend from the US. I took him to my house. At that time, I was living in Malang, not
Mm.
this city. So yeah, the same way. I took him to go around the forest because we had a forest nearby our house, and at that time it was what is it? Fasting month. So I took him to to grab some cassava,
Mm.
so to pull cassava, and then we cook that cassava for our what's it breakfasting meal,
Ah.
and yeah, he kind of enjoyed that.
So
Oh yeah, I took him to take the train because yeah, I don't think he had the chance to take the train,
mm.
and he loved it.
Like, and there's also one thing that's, I think this is also very common to Filipinos. Like, whenever we have foreign friends, or
Huh?
whenever we have foreign friends, like we update them. Like, for example, just like what I did to you earlier, I sent you a picture of my home quarantine clearance, and I told you that I'm in the city health office, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, whenever we have foreign friends, like, I think, yeah, we really have we really love to give them updates of where we are going, what we're doing at the
No,
moment.
no. Well,
That's
we
very
don't do that. We
common.
don't do that.
That's very common to Filipinos. Like, I see a video on TikTok, and one foreigner said, like, is it only me, or is it really common in the Philippines? Like, my Filipino friends keep sending me pictures of where they are, what they are doing. Yeah, it's very common for Filipinos. Like, I love doing it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's like okay, like okay, you don't have to do that. Like okay, just let's just talk casually. Like when you need something, you just do things, and but you don't have to update me like all the time. We don't
Yeah.
do that now. We Indonesians don't do that.
Yeah, I think it has become a culture in the Philippines right now, like
Okay, that's nice
online.
to know that. Okay,
Yeah. Okay, so for the last question, like, this is from Flory
okay,
Jane.
okay.
So she asks, do you have a Filipino friend? How do you find him or her? Like, I told him, I think I'm the only Filipino friend that he
That's
has.
true. That's true. Let me think about it.
but
Yeah,
but
yeah,
but
yeah.
he said, sir, you have to ask him.
No, no, yeah, that would be my answer because, like I told you before, you are, I think, my very first Filipino friend. So yeah, we met in Instagram, in ITC's Instagram. Like I was kind of shocked actually. Like, oh, we have somebody from Philippines. Wow, I'm so excited. Like because I know that people speak English like quite commonly in the Philippines. So that's why I was like, okay, I'd like to know. This guy must be an English teacher. I was pretty sure at that time. This because there's no way somebody who is not interested in teaching or is not an English teacher would be interested to join us. Like it's like cross culture, like a different country. But so yeah, and my guess was right. Like you are an English teacher, and I'm so happy to be able to share like many things with you. Like I
Yeah.
can learn many things from you. Like this is a great opportunity to know like our neighbors from the different perspective about the Philippines. I think
Mm.
it's like a great opportunity, and I'd love to have more friends from the Philippines.
Soon.
Yeah,
Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for
yeah.
joining me,
Thank
for
you,
accepting my
Mas Melvin.
invitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mas is like kak, yeah, brother.
Um,
Mas is actually a Japanese term, but I think it's widely used in Indonesia. So
ah,
Mas Melvin, terima kasih. Like thank you very much for
yeah.
having this. What is it? For having this, for doing this session. Yeah. I feel so
Uh,
honored because the questions. Thank you very much, guys, for asking me those beautiful and nice questions. Yeah. I imagine that I would get like some kind of weird or crazy questions, but those questions are really, really nice. Yeah, I'm so happy to be able to answer those questions, and I like personally, I'd love to meet the people who ask those questions. Like personally, I believe they are nice people. So yeah,
sharing your culture, sharing the things about your country.
and
So,
I'd love to do the same thing about you guys. Just give me some
yeah,
time to collect the questions first
yeah,
from
yeah,
my
yeah.
friends here.
Sure, 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 sure. That's not a problem. Okay. So
Okay.
guys, you can subscribe to our channel. So you can subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna be putting the link in the description box or in the comment
Please do it,
section.
guys.
Yeah. So my channel, Melvin Kabasag. So please do subscribe. And also Danny's channel, it's Dan's English, right? And then there's the other channel, right? Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah,
you
but
can
that
invite them to subscribe.
yeah, sure, okay, let's do it. Yeah.
You can invite my Filipino subscribers to subscribe to your channel also.
Sure, I'd love to.
Okay, so yeah, that would be all. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. See you
Okay,
again
thank
in
you
our
very
next
much.
episode. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye.
Ya, bye
Yeah,
bye.
finally.
Sampai jumpa.
Yeah. Okay.